Dr. Holly Mays with Kingdom Faith Department Center and also Bishop Chronicles podcast. Hey guys, we want to thank you from the bottom of our heart, man, for being a great supporter of our show. Man, I've heard your comments, man. I've seen your text messages, and you guys are just so inspirational. But now I want to reach out to all the businesses that have been hitting me up. Listen, we have a sponsorship program for you. For as little as $30 a week, listen, we will give you a spotlight. We will make sure that you can come on the show and showcase your product. We want to help you grow. We want to help you get to the next level. So we want to make sure that we provide programs and packages that not only are economical, but they also allow our show and your business to build a relationship and also be able to go to the next level together. So listen, continue to support the show, continue to send your comments, continue to uplift Christ wherever you go. Make sure you guys are subscribing to our YouTube channel, and please make sure you're following us on Instagram and Facebook. But more than anything, if you are a business and you have a project, if you are a music entrepreneur, if you are an artist and you have an event or you have a project that you're getting ready to do, if you are a ministry and you have an event that you're getting ready to showcase, listen, we want to help you. We want to build you up and we want to grow with you. Let us work for you, okay? But once again, we thank you. We love you. And on behalf of Bishop Chronicles podcast, listen, God bless you. And listen, we look forward to working with you guys. I'm out of here, guys. But I've been Baptist, I've been in the Methodist church, all of that. Be honest. What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Holly Mays. Listen, I am excited, man, to be here this morning. Let me tell you, man, I apologize for being late, guys. Had some things we had to do at the studio, so I apologize. We wanted to make sure that we bring you guys the best broadcast ever. So we wanted to make sure that everything was good. So listen, I appreciate you guys for hanging with me, and I thank you for showing up. Do me a favor. Make sure you guys tag a friend. Make sure you share this. Make sure you are inviting as many people as you can, okay? All right, guys. Listen, we got a great show for you guys today, man. We are going to be dealing with, y'all ready for this one? Somebody been telling me to do this. We are getting ready to do the importance of fitness and health after 35. The importance of fitness and health after 35. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, you might as well go ahead and tag your best friend and tag your friends and family members because, listen, we're going to get deep in this thing. Now, I know some people are saying, well, hold on, Bishop Mays, you're Bishop, man. How in the world are you going to talk to us about fitness? Well, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of my resume in just a second, okay? Because I want you guys to understand I am thoroughly qualified to talk to you guys about fitness and exercise, okay? So real quickly, for those that know me, they know my background is in fitness and exercise. I bodybuilded for about 3 years.
But more than that, my bachelor's degree is not only in Christian ministries, but it's also in kinesiology. My master's degree is in sports management and kinesiology, and I am a certified kinesiologist. I worked over 20 years in the personal fitness training and training business. I do have a certification in nutrition. I also am a certified personal trainer, among other things. We can go on and on and on. So I do want you guys to understand I am thoroughly qualified to talk about this subject. But listen, it's important because when we look at things like COVID 19, we're looking at how damaging it is to the body. And I spent a little time last week just kind of going over some medical things that really let me know how dangerous this thing was, and why it's actually beating up everybody. Whether you're 60, whether you're 70, whether you're 6 years old, or whether you're 17 years old, or whether you're 37 years old, it is beating people up. And I said, man, you know, what can we do to kind of fight this thing, combat it? And it came to me, and when I was talking to one of my friends, one of my earlier shows with Mr. Keith Agard. You guys probably remember him. He's a guy out of New York, and he's surviving COVID-19. Uh, and he has pre-existing conditions. He has HIV, he has diabetes, he has high blood pressure. But he made some health and fitness changes, and that's why he was able to get through it with no worries. So I'm going to talk about some things, not only today, but I may keep this going for the next few weeks because it's that important. Okay, it's that important. So I really want to make sure that we get this. But we're talking about the importance of fitness and health after 35. Before I do anything, guys, I want to make sure that you guys follow us on all our social media platforms. Please make sure you follow us on Bishop Chronicles Podcast at Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as well. Make sure you guys are following us. But listen, I want to talk about this, the importance of fitness and health after 35. Why am I saying after 35? Somebody may be like, well, hold on, Dr. Mays, why in the world would you worry about 35? Okay, well, it's a twofold reason. Because at the age of 35, men begin to lose testosterone, and they start to lose muscle mass and start to retain body fat. Women at the age of 40 begin to have osteoporotic tendencies. They also start to retain more body fat, and they also begin to lose muscle tone as well. So after these ages, after 35 is when men and women alike have to work harder. I'm just going to put it out there. You have to work harder. You have to work harder at your nutrition. You have to work harder at maintaining muscle mass. You have to work harder at flexibility and balance and all these things. So we want to talk about these things because guess what? Sometimes we can get so caught up in what we're doing on a day-to-day basis that we forget the small things that allow us to operate on a day-to-day basis. Does that make sense? So I want to make sure that we have the proper things in alignment. And I'm going to give you some principles today. And once again, we're going to be doing this a couple weeks. So guys, listen, I encourage you, man. You should be sharing this right now. You should be inviting people right now because the information I'm going to give you just today is just an introductory, but just today, man, listen, I'm telling you, it's going to be worth your while. So I encourage you to share this. But the first thing I'm going to talk about today is three things that somebody tweeted me and they said, man, I really wish I knew more about this. I'm going to give you the facts about weight loss, the difference between weight loss, fat loss, BMI, and body fat percentage, okay? Once again, weight loss, fat loss, BMI, and body fat percentage, okay? Because one means more to your health than the other, okay? One means more to your doctor as it pertains to prescribing medication, but the other one deals more with the actual overall health, okay? Your bodily functions, and not only that, but what people see. So right now, I'm going to talk about the difference between weight loss and body fat percentage, okay? A lot of people, and when you're over 35, this means the most, a lot of people says, oh, I want to lose 30 pounds. If that's you, hey, don't be ashamed of that. Listen, I'm right there with you. You know, I may say the same thing. Well, I appreciate that, honey bunny. My wife would. She biased, y'all. But listen, I'm well over 35. Let me tell you. But a lot of people say, well, hey, listen, I want to lose weight. And I say, oh, okay, well, cool. Let me ask you a question. Do you want to be healthy or do you want to look good? They say, oh, I want to be both. I said, but if you only could do one, do you want to be healthy or do you want to look good? They say, well, I want to be healthy. I said, well, don't focus on your body weight. You need to focus on something called body fat percentage. Well, why does everybody make such a big deal about body weight? Well, because body weight determines whether you shrink or whether you get big. What does that mean? That determines whether you can fit in a size 18 or a size 20. Because watch this now. You can lose weight but still have high blood pressure. You can lose weight and still have diabetes. You can lose weight and still have high cholesterol. Why is that? I went from 250 to 170. Does that mean I'm not healthier? No, you're healthier, but you have to understand what body. So let me go back and let me talk about what body fat is. Body fat is subcutaneous fluid that is attached to muscle. Okay? It creates a very toxic fluid, a very toxic agent that floats around in your system. And that toxic agent breaks down your organs. It breaks down the flow of your bloodstream. It breaks down skeletal system. It's just really toxic. It's the equivalent of putting acid that's not as acidious, but it's still acidious. Okay, and you have this stuff floating around in your system. Now, why is this stuff being created? Well, because your brain is a defense mechanism, okay? Hear what I'm saying. Your brain is a defense mechanism. And your brain is saying, wait just a second. If you've ever seen fat, it's really gooey, it's unstable, it's not, it's very unstable, okay? So if you just left fat and attached it to muscle or organs or whatever the case may be, well, guess what? Because of the weight of it and because it doesn't hold in gravity, it would pull all your muscles and muscles and skeletal system and all that stuff out of whack. Okay? It would be out of alignment. So the brain, being a defense mechanism, has to create something so that it doesn't tear the muscles up. So it creates a fluid, okay? Because it floats in fluid, okay? Now, when that happens, if you think of this, if you put a steak, okay, take a steak. The steak has meat and all those things. And if you take the steak, and around it is the fat, right, connected to it. Imagine putting that steak in syrup, okay? Imagine putting that steak in syrup, okay? That's the equivalent of what subcutaneous fluid is as it pertains to your muscles with fat attached to it. It's your muscle fibers with the fat around it in syrup. Okay, so you can understand how it's hard for your organs to function. You can understand how it's hard for your heart to beat correctly, okay? You can understand why this thing can slow you down, why it can weigh you down, okay? So, yes, you can lose weight, okay? You can lose weight, which means that you can lose the heaviness of yourself, okay? The water weight, the excretion of bodily fluids. You can lose those things. Water weight. You can lose all of that. But that does not mean that you absolutely got rid of subcutaneous fluid. It does not mean that. And a lot of people don't like doing that and like listening to that because it's easier to lose weight and look better than it is to lose body fat and be better. And that's why a lot of people will take pills. A lot of people will try to do all this stuff and say, oh, they get excited because they lost 10 pounds. But if I ask you how much body fat you lost, then you can't tell me. Doctors do not look at body fat. Let me tell you why they don't look at body fat. They don't look and check for body fat because if you understood how to get rid of body fat, you don't need a doctor. Okay? I'm trying to give y'all some game on this. And I know a lot of people don't want to talk about this, but this is important, especially in the minority community, the black community, Hispanic community. You have to understand how this thing works. Okay, yes, you can go out and you got thin and you can fit in your jeans, but ma'am, you still are taking blood pressure medication. Sir, you are still having cholesterol issues because you have not gotten rid of the subcutaneous fluid, that toxic thing that's in your body that's going to cause your organs and your tissues and your muscles to deteriorate. Okay? So that's where that's the first thing you have to understand, the difference between body fat percentage and weight loss. Okay, I'm not saying you shouldn't do both. Don't get it twisted. I'm not knocking weight loss. You guys still need to, we're going to get into that in upcoming sessions. How to do weight loss. What's the difference between cardio, weightlifting, how much weight should you be? I'm going to be talking about all of that because you guys asked me for it. But watch this. You have to understand the basic principles. You can run till your eyes fall out. You can go out in the park and tell people you got 10,000 steps. Let me explain something to you. You will not lose any type of body fat percentage from walking. I'm just telling you this right now. You will lose inches. That doesn't mean that you lost body fat. All right? It does not. Body fat is that thing that's covering up your muscular development. Okay? So when you see guys with their arms bulging all out, their chest poked all out, and their veins, watch this. That's because they don't have body fat on them. Okay? They've gotten rid of that subcutaneous fluid. That's why you can see their vascularity. And when you can see someone's vascularity, that means that they're not retaining subcutaneous fluid. They still have water on them, unless you're an extreme bodybuilder and you're less than 7%. But they still are getting rid of that subcutaneous fluid. That's the thing that's going to hurt you. That's the thing that's going to keep you unhealthy. That's the thing that's going to make it to where every time you go to your doctor's going to say, oh, your blood pressure is good. But no, I don't want you to get off that medication. Because you still have that subcutaneous fluid. Now, what is BMI, body mass index? You have to understand. Let me step back. Body mass index is what a panel of doctors came with and said, this is what we're going to use to determine whether they need to be prescribed medication, so to speak. And that's in the short form. Why am I saying that? Because, watch this now. If you go and say, oh, okay, I'm going to check your weight, and I'm going to check your weight, and I'm going to check your weight against your age and your height. Well, what if I'm 5'3", but I'm 230 pounds with 7% body fat? Well, guess what? Your BMI is going to be over 30%. Why? Because technically your weight does not match up with your height. And that's why everybody keeps talking about, oh, I'm checking my BMI, I'm checking my BMI. Well, don't get so excited about that, because if you're a 5'1" lady and you're 180 pounds, but you're a bodybuilder, your BMI is going to be off the chart. Why? Because it's only a mechanism that a board of medical physicians came up with to say, hey, listen, if they hit this number right here, we can prescribe, we can justify subscribing the medication. That's why they do it. Everybody that goes to a doctor, watch this. Everybody that goes to a doctor is overweight or obese. Everybody, unless you're an athlete or something. Right now, I guarantee you take your top 10 friends, and I guarantee if you go to the doctor, 9 of y'all will be considered overweight based on your BMI. So you got to be very careful with that. BMI is for your doctor. BMI is what your doctor is going to use to say, oh, you pre-diabetic. I tell you what, you need to start exercising. Because technically, if they know you're not exercising, you're not about to start exercising now. Okay? Half of the medications that they're giving you is not even certified by the FDA, the FDA. So I'm just letting you know. All right? So first of all, before you start working out, before you even get into this thing, you have to know the lingo. You got to know what is what. You can't get excited just because on a commercial they said, oh my God, it's going to lower your BMI. And you're like, awesome, man, I'm going to have a lowered BMI. Well, that's great, but you don't even know really what BMI is. And you don't know if it's real or it's not real. So real quickly, guys, I hope that helped you guys. I really do. I hope that helped you. Okay? And before I go to my sponsor break, listen, I want you guys to do me a favor. When we go to break, man, I really want you guys to grab a pen and paper, because I'm going to give you some things that I think you ought to write down. It's going to be really important to you guys as it pertains to your fitness and your health, especially if you're over 35, all right? Y'all stay with me, okay? Peace out. Hold on for me, all right? Real quickly, I want to give a shout out to all my sponsors, man. Thank you so much for being a part of Bishop Chronicles podcast. We could not do this without you. I want to give a shout out to the team of money coaches. Miss Ebony Thomas, thank you so much, ma'am, for being there with us, man. We want you guys to reach out to Miss Ebony Thomas. You get to work from home on your phone or tablet. You get financial licenses, paid training programs. They are recruiting right now. Make sure that you get in touch with them every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. on a Zoom link. Text back to her and get the Zoom link. You want to know the number? I got it for you right here, everybody. It is 334-430-7078. Make sure you get in touch with them, guys, and they're going to hook you up with an opportunity that's going to change your life. Next thing, I want to give a shout out to WPS Studios. They make it all happen over at 900 East Beltline Road, DeSoto, Texas, 75115, where Dr. Vanell Warren, they specialize in filming, photography, videography. And if you're a church and you're trying to get your feet on the ground, they even specialize in chapel services as well. Want to give a shout out also to one of my really good friends, my co-host. I want to give a shout out to Shug's Pillow Talk every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. on Fishbowl Network. You can follow Shug on Facebook at Shug Johnson or Instagram at Shug_Pillow Talk. Also, I want to give a shout out to JSE Productions. They're responsible for all the videos, graphics, and things that you see. Listen, those guys are awesome. Get in touch with Miss Sophia Atwoods, 214-916-8657. Or you can reach out to them for prices at JSE Productions at mail.com. And if you guys are looking at my shirt that I got on, it is my new apparel line, Appointed Apparel, but it was made by Prestige Creations, where perception becomes reality. You can follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Prestige Creations, Prestige Creations, or you can email for design prices, prestigecreations@gmail.com. And I would be remiss not to talk about my very own business, Juice Fruits LLC, where you can go to www.juicefruitshtx.com, where my cousin, my friend, my brother, Mitchell Dixon is the CEO. It's a lifestyle, folks, not a weekend. But it's a juice with fresh fruit and vegetables, and it's cold-pressed juices. None of that added preservatives, none of that sugar. It's coming to Dallas soon, guys. Make sure you give us a shout-out, guys, for all your orders at juicefruitshtx.com, or you can email us at juicefruitshouston@gmail.com. Also, guys, if you are looking to tap into the video and media business, listen, we're looking for internships and volunteers. We have a program just for you. So please send your applications, your inquiries over to Dr. Holly Mays Worldwide at gmail.com. We're looking for cameramen. We're looking for directors, producers, set coordinators, grooming, you name it. If this is your niche, this is what you were born to do, we want you to be a part of Bishop Chronicles podcast. Please reach out to me at Dr. Holly Mays Worldwide at gmail.com. Let's get back to the program, guys. So listen, we are talking about the importance of fitness and health after 35. The importance of fitness and health after 35. Listen, we want you guys to support this show via Cash App at Dr. Holly Mays. So listen, I don't like giving dollar amounts, but anything will do. Listen, if this show has been a blessing to you, if all of our shows have been a blessing to you, and you want to be a part of our growth and our expansion, we're encouraging you, please, to support this show via Cash App at $Dr. Holly Mays. Okay, guys, so listen, bringing you guys, we are talking about the importance of fitness and health after 35. I just got through talking a little bit about BMI, a little bit about body fat percentage, the difference between weight loss and body fat loss. And let me explain this to you guys. I'm not knocking any programs. I'm not knocking any fitness people. I'm not knocking any of that stuff, okay? The only thing I want you guys to do is know better. Because when you know better, guess what? You do better, okay? And people have been asking me for years, like, you know, Dr. Mays, when are you going to get back into training? Listen, guys, let me explain something to you. I've been doing this almost 20 years. And I have worked in corporate America. I've worked at big box gyms. Me and my wife owned our very own gym where we were very successful. I did it on the streets. I did it where I used to knock on people's doors and ask someone to train with me. I have been in this business in the trenches for a long time, okay? And sometimes this business is one of those things where sometimes you have to take a break from it because I see so many misconceptions. And one of the reasons that I'm coming even on this in my podcast is because I want to get past the misconceptions. So I'm actually doing a series that's just dealing with health and fitness because I want you guys to live better. Okay, no, I'm not trying to make you a bodybuilder. I'm not trying to make you a marathon runner. No, hey, if you're not trying to be an athlete, no, I'm not talking to you. But I'm talking about the everyday person, the person that works every day, that has kids every day, that likes to sit around and watch TV, but you still want to make sure that your A1C levels is great. You want to make sure that your cholesterol is great. You want to make sure that your testosterone, estrogen levels are great. You want to make sure that your blood pressure is great. I'm talking to those people that are getting older in life and have to kind of settle down, but still have to do a little bit more. And you still want to look good. You still want to feel good. And you still want to be able to have basic functions, okay? So those are the people that I'm talking to. I apologize. This is not for the athlete. Okay, I'm not talking for the athlete right now. I'm not talking to your son that's getting ready to go and play for the university or such and such. Okay, I'm talking to everybody over 35. Why? Because I'm over 35. Okay, I'm over 42. Okay, so I want you to really share this. I want you to make sure that you are hanging in with me, because guess what? You need to know what I'm giving to you guys today. Real quickly, because we just got back from break, I'm going to reiterate some things on body fat percentage and weight loss. Listen, I'm not knocking weight loss. Hey, I get it. You want to feel better, look better. Most of it is psychological at best. I understand. But there's something called body fat loss. If you are not getting rid of your body fat, you can lose all the weight you want, and you will look good, but you will still be on medication. Okay, hear what I'm saying to you. That is a fact, because body fat produces, once again, a substance called subcutaneous fluid, and it is very toxic to the body. Okay, it's extremely toxic. Let me also help you. The reason why a lot of people begin to get sick later in their years, it's not necessarily because the body got older or the organs are worn down. It's because of all the extra things that it's going on in our body that wears our body down. The heart is designed to last a lifetime. The heart is designed under certain conditions and situations to last a long time. And I'm not just talking about biblically. I'm talking about anatomically and physiologically. It's a machine. It is designed to last at least 70 years. I'm telling you guys. However, we compromise that 70 years when we smoke cigarettes, when we drink heavily, when we don't exercise, when we eat a lot of fatty foods and we eat grease, when we eat a lot of sugar, when we're not stretching, when our balance is off, when we get worried, when we get stressed out. It compromises the longevity of our heart. And that's why I'm having this podcast about this, because after 35, that's when you really got to start taking a look as men, and after 40 with women, you have to really start taking a look at your health. Okay, you can yell all day, you can look fly, you can do all of that, but let me tell you something. I've seen some very good dressed folk with high blood pressure. Okay, I've seen some very good dressed women with high cholesterol and osteoporosis. So you have to do things to take care of things like your bones, your organs, your liver, your kidneys, okay? I'm telling you right now, because once those are vital organs, your intestines, your lungs, those are vital organs. And as you get older, because of what we probably did when we were younger, when we were in high school, college, and we didn't think about these things, guess what? We're playing with time right now. So that lung that was built to last 70 years probably only has a good 50 years in it, 60 years in it. I'm just telling you, okay? I'm telling you, so you got to be very careful. I'm talking about before it breaks down. And now you have to start taking ventilators, or you have to start taking medication because you need help, or you need supplementation to help your organs function at a higher level. But you have to understand that when you take medication, and once again, I'm not telling people to stop their medication, but you need to understand the reasoning behind getting your body to a level that supersedes where you are, because of the fact that if your body is on medication, it may be helping one situation, but it may be degressing or decreasing another situation. You understand what I'm saying? So you may take a heart pill that's tearing up your liver. You may take a kidney pill that's tearing up the density of your bones. So now you're vitamin D deficient. Your heart is doing good, but that medication made you vitamin D deficient. You understand? So you have to understand the value in keeping your health to a level to where it's not just that it makes you feel better, but it is better. Sometimes we get bamboozled and we say, oh, well, you know what? I feel a lot better. That doesn't mean your body is operating better. Just because you feel better than you did last week doesn't mean your body is operating better than it did last week. Okay? Because sometimes it's psychological. I'm just going to throw that out there. Sometimes it's psychological, and we don't understand that it's psychological. We're like, oh my God, I've been working out for a month, and I feel great. I'm starting to see definition. Me and my wife had this conversation all the time, and I have to kind of reiterate to her, ma'am, nothing has changed. You may have lost 10 or 15 pounds, but you still have the same body fat percentage minus maybe 1%, unless you're doing something extreme. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Extreme is never healthy. A bodybuilder will look absolutely wonderful, but their body is going through all kinds of chaos. You have to be very careful what you're putting in your mouth. When you put all these pills, these diet pills, and all of that, listen, one, it's going to dry you out. Okay? Every single diet pill that you take has caffeine in it. Caffeine it works just like a salt pill. It's going to dry you out. Okay? And most people are not drinking a gallon or more of water. Most people are not drinking even half a gallon of water. So we're not even replenishing the water that I'm talking about after 35. That's why I'm saying this is important, y'all. We're not even replenishing the water of the 60% that our body is made of. So watch this. We're not even putting more water in for the extra stuff that we're doing. You're not getting your water level up to 75%, but yet you've taken something that's draining your body of water. So your body is operating on about 40 to 45% water. Now watch this now. It's drying out your organs. And it's causing your organs to heat up, which if they heat up, it's causing your heart to work harder, which is going to, in return, raise your blood pressure. You understand what I'm saying? I hope you guys are getting this. And listen, I take this thing very seriously. Some people don't take their health that seriously. You think you do because you get on Facebook and you want to put this little meal that you ate, you know, with some cucumbers and some sliced tomatoes. But did you do that for the last 7 days? Are you doing that 3 to 4 times a day? Let me tell you this real quickly, guys. And I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but I want to give you a little bit of introduction. That's all this is, because tomorrow, not tomorrow, I'm sorry, but next week we're going to start with facts. I'm going to give you guys statistics. But I want you to stay tuned to this, and I want you to understand the impact of this. That's why I'm giving you the most common situations and issues right now, so I can dispel those myths. Now listen, you're more than welcome to comment. If you have any questions, any concerns, comment, please. Make sure you guys comment. But it's extremely important that you guys are eating 3 to 4 times a day. It's extremely important. If you are not eating 3 to 4 times a day, you are killing yourself. If you're not eating at least 2,000 calories a day, you are killing yourself. I don't care how you look. I don't care how you feel. You are killing your organs. If you tell me you only ate once today, you're not healthy, okay? You're not healthy, okay? I'm just, anatomically and physiologically, you're just not, okay? If you're eating under 2,000 calories and you are an active human being over 35 and 40 years of age, you are hurting yourself. Well, Bishop Mays, Dr. Mays, how do I determine whether I'm eating calories? Hey, you're going to have to get really good at counting your calories, or at least understanding what's what. Because watch this, but watch this. Most people don't count their calories. I get that. You don't count your calories, okay? So I understand that, okay? So you don't have to count your calories. But what you do have to do is at least eat 3 to 4 times a day. I'm not talking about snacking. I'm not talking about eating peanuts. I'm not talking about all that stuff. I'm talking about literally eating 3 to 4 times a day, meals. You can still do your snacking, but you got to make sure that you're eating 3 to 4 times a day, okay? Your body needs fuel. Your body needs fuel. And your body is only going to get fuel from 2 places: fats, carbohydrates. Fats, carbohydrates, okay? But when we come back from this quick commercial break, what I'm going to talk to you about, guys, about is how your body uses energy and how you actually gain weight and how you actually lose weight. Once again, I'm giving you the bare basics today, because in next week we're going to go over facts, okay? So guys, I need you guys to stay with me. Hey, I love you with the love of the Lord. Make sure you are encouraging somebody to get on this live with me. All right, see you guys in just a second. All right, peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Dr. Holly Mays with Human Faith Empowerment Center and also Bishop Chronicles podcast. Hey, guys, we want to thank you from the bottom of our heart, man, for being a great supporter of our show. Man, I've heard your comments, man. I've seen your text messages, and you guys are just so inspirational. But now I want to reach out to all the businesses that have been hitting me up. Listen, we have a sponsorship program for you. For as little as $30 a week, listen, we will give you a spotlight. We will make sure that you can come on the show and showcase your product. We want to help you grow. We want to help you get to the next level. So we want to make sure that we provide programs and packages that not only are economical, but they also allow our show and your business to build a relationship and also be able to go to the next level together. So listen, continue to support the show, continue to send your comments, continue to uplift Christ wherever you go. Make sure you guys are subscribing to our YouTube channel, and please make sure you are following us on Instagram and Facebook. But more than anything, if you are a business and you have a project, if you are a music entrepreneur, if you are an artist and you have an event or you have a project that you're getting ready to do, if you are a ministry and you have an event that you're getting ready to showcase, listen, we want to help you. We want to build you up and we want to grow with you. Let us work for you, okay? But once again, we thank you. We love you. And on behalf of Bishop Chronicles podcast, listen, God bless you. And listen, we look forward to working with you guys. I'm out of here, guys.
All right, everybody, we are back. And once again, if you're just now joining us, we're dealing with the importance of fitness and health after 35. The importance of fitness and health after 35. Listen, once again, I'd be remiss. Please make sure you support this show via Cash App, Dr. Holly Mays. Anything that you can do is great. We're grateful. We just want to expand our show. We want to bring more content to you guys. We want to be able to do more for you guys. But please, we want you to share. We want you to support the show. And like I say, if you don't mind, we would love for you to do that via Cash App, $ Dr. Holly Mays. All right, guys, we're going to get right back to this thing. Okay, let's go ahead and get back to it. Listen, so let's go ahead and talk about this. Let's talk about how you get fat, all right? So when you guys go eat, okay, let's think about this. When you go eat and you are eating at a table, and let me go ahead and tell you guys this right now. When you guys go to a restaurant and you are eating, you have to understand, first of all, you're not eating one portion. You're eating two portions, okay? And a lot of times restaurants won't do that. They won't tell you that, but you're eating two portions. Now, somebody tweeted me and said, well, why do I get, the itis and I want to go to sleep? Well, let me explain to you what that is. So the itis is basically your body or your brain telling your body, your body telling your brain, hey, you need to shut the body down because we're trying to burn these calories. We're trying to use all these calories that this person just consumed. And you're still trying to go, but you have to understand, your body is trying to shut down because your body rebuilds itself when you're asleep. When you're asleep. That's why whenever you're sick, your doctor tells you, hey, go get some rest. Get you some rest. That's why when you're trying to heal from something, doctors will put you in a medically induced coma because your body heals itself when you're at rest, when it's not moving and operating and doing rigorous activity. So when you eat and you put all those calories in, you're telling your body, oh, okay, I want to use all those. Now, some of those things that you're eating, your body is not going to use that day. Okay, you have to understand it takes hours to process things like beef or chicken or, especially protein sources, plant endorsed foods, spinach and broccoli. It takes hours for the body to break those things down. And then after it breaks it down, it takes a while for it to actually use it. So you have to understand, and I know this is a lot of anatomy and physiology, but I want you to understand this. So you have to understand that a lot of the times when you eat something, you're not eating for the activities that you have that day. You might be eating for the activity you're going to have that tomorrow. Okay? You have to understand that. Because your body may not, that's why when you wake up, sometimes you'll be extremely hungry because your body has already broken down all that food. And sometimes, depending on how you ate, you may not be hungry in the morning. Some people don't eat breakfast. Well, because your body has so much stored food and calories that you're not hungry. Okay? So you have to learn to regulate your food because your body needs to use the energy. Okay? But if it's too much of it, guess what it's going to do? It's going to store it up. And when your body stores up food that it's not using, it's storing it, planning on using it one day or another. Well, watch this. If you are not active and your body is not using the fat that is stored up or the sugar that is stored up, and I'm going to talk to you different about fat and sugar in just a second, but if your body's not using it, then guess what it's going to do? It's going to turn to something that it can use, which is fat. Because let me explain to you about fat. Fat is something also that's comfortable for the body. Fat is comfortable for the body. Dr. Mays, why are you saying that? Because, watch this, your body knows fat will protect the vital organs. Understand that muscles don't protect the vital organs. Fat does. That's why your midsection is the hardest place to lose fat because that's where all your vital organs are. And the body does not want to get rid of the thing that protects it and keeps it warm and all of that. It doesn't. It doesn't want to get rid of it. So it's going to make you get rid of it in other places like your feet or your face or all those other places, but any place besides your vital organs. That's why it takes people months before they get flat stomach. So all this stuff about you can have a flat stomach in 30 days, that's a lie. Not if you got a lot of body fat on you. You're not going to go from 32% body fat to 14% body fat in a month, let alone 3 months. It's just not going to happen. It's impossible unless you have some type of surgery or unless you're on some really, really, really good steroids. Okay? That's just a fact of the matter. So you have to understand that, and I'm just answering a question because they were like, well, I'm trying to get thin around my waist. How do I do that? You got to work hard and work hard consistently because the body does not anatomically and neurologically want to lose body fat. It doesn't. It's its blanket. It's its protector. It's like taking your baby's blanket away from them. No, it doesn't want to do that. So it's going to try to divert it anywhere, to other places. But you have to understand the body is trying to use the energy. That's why people eat 3 to 4 times a day. Because watch this, you eat small meals 3 to 6 times a day, or I'll make it simple, 3 to 4 times a day, and your body has time to use, because normally it takes about 2 to 3 hours to normally, depending on what you're eating, for the body to kind of break it down, use it, and then it's time for you to eat again. But when the body is having a trouble, those people that eat once a day, that's because you probably ate 3,000 calories in one meal. You're asking your body to break down 3,000 calories. That's hard on your body. It's hard on your liver. It's hard on your kidneys. It's hard on your lungs. So if you say, oh, I only ate once today, you probably ended up with a headache that day. Or you probably ended up really tired that day. Or you probably ended up constipated that day. Why? Because guess what? Your body is going to have to do what it called go into cannibalistic state, which means that your body's going to have to get the energy from somewhere. It's going to have to get it from somewhere. While your body is still trying to break down and digest the food that you ate and the nutrients and make sure that they go to the right place, guess what? Your body is still operating. So it still needs calories. So while your body is breaking down this impossible stuff that you just ate, all this crap that you just ate, guess what? It's going to start taking energy from other energy sources like your kidneys, your liver, your lungs, your heart, your bone structure, all these things. All these things. And that's further breaking your body down. And for those that are over 35 years of age, listen, your body is already going to start, for men, you're going to already start losing testosterone. There's no harm in a man saying, hey, listen, I need to get on something like Nutrigenics or something like that, because your testosterone levels will drop. Bishop, how do I keep my testosterone levels up? I'm glad you asked that. The number one way, and we're going to get into this more next week, but the number one way to keep your testosterone up, men, is to work out. Okay? Work the biggest parts of your body, your legs, your chest, your back. Those big, because they require more blood flow and they require more nutrients. And they're bigger muscles. So they require more. I'm telling you, if you want to keep your testosterone levels up, you better learn how to do some squats or some leg lifts. I'm just saying. I'm trying to help you. Okay? Go to the gym. Okay? Walking in the park won't do it. It won't do it. Real talk. All right? I'm just throwing that out there. If you guys have any questions or concerns, listen, you're more than welcome to shoot them to me, because I'm game for any question that you guys have. I'm here to help. All right. So let's talk about this, guys. So now that we understand that, hey, listen, I got to be very careful with how much I eat, because guess what? I grew up on greens. I grew up on pig feet, believe it or not. I grew up on black eyed peas. That stuff is unhealthy for you, especially the way my mama made it. It's unhealthy for you. And yes, with all the salt, with all the fat, with all the added preservatives that go in that, listen, when you get over 35, some of that stuff you got to learn to let go or cook it a different way. You got to learn to cook it a different way. Because if you don't cook it a different way, you have to understand, as you're ingesting fat, you have to realize you're creating a more toxic body. Okay? The more fat you ingest, the more acid you're putting in your body. The more toxic your body is becoming. Okay? Excuse me. Okay? You have to understand that your body is not using the food that you just ate. And I got to repeat that, because a lot of times a person will say, oh, okay, well, I ate good today. Oh, okay, great. That has nothing to do with tomorrow. That has nothing to do with the day before. Because once again, your body may not be using the food you just ate. It may not. It may not be using those green, that cabbage that you ate today. You know what it may be on today? You know what it may be using today? That fried pork chop that you ate earlier today or yesterday. You may be thinking, oh, you know what? I just went and had a Subway sandwich. Oh, okay, great. That may be borderline good. But watch this. Your body is not using that Subway sandwich as energy source right now. Your body is using not the sugar. We'll talk about sugar and fat in just a second. But your body is using that pasta that you ate yesterday. Because it's just now broken it down, and it's now able to flow in your bloodstream, and then your body's able to use it. But watch this. You're in the bed sleep now. You laying down watching your favorite show. So now your body is trying to use what you just ate as an energy source, but you're not exerting any energy. And then the brain lets the body know, wait, hold on. He's not exerting, or she's not exerting any energy. Guess what's going to happen? We're going to store it in the liver. And we're going to store it as fat. We're going to store it as fat. You see what I'm saying? Everything you eat passes through the liver. Everything you eat. Okay? Think about it. So, real quickly before we actually get out of here, I want to go ahead and dispel these two myths real quick. I want to talk about sugar or carbohydrates. I'm just going to deal with sugar and fats. Okay? Sugar and fats. Okay? So, I have some people that eat candy. They eat a lot of candy. Okay? Let me talk to you about sugar and fats. Okay? Candy is a sugar. You have two types of carbohydrates. You got complex carbs. You got simple carbs. Okay, we'll get into that more next week. I'm not gonna get into that because that's a little lengthy. But you got complex carbs. You got simple carbs. Okay, you got carbs that are really good for you. Okay, you got carbs that are horrible for you. All right. Now you got to understand that a candy bar is okay because it's sugar. But watch this. Sugar is a quick acting or quick burning energy source. So when you take sugar and you eat sugar, I don't care whether it's sugar in your coffee, I don't care whether it's aspartame or whatever it is, okay? Whatever sugar it is, it's all induced with sucrose and fructose, okay, which are sugar agents, okay? They're all going to be used immediately. Okay, that's why when you see a lot of athletes or you see a lot of sprinters especially, they eat a Snickers bar before they go run. Why? Because sugar is a quick acting energy source. It gives them a quick burst, okay? That's why when kids eat sugar, guess what? They go up real quick and then they come down real hard and quick, all right? But you have to understand, sugar is not a sustainable energy source, all right? Sugar is not a sustainable energy source. Sugar will spike your insulin levels crazy. All right? I'm telling you right now, it's crazy what it'll do. We'll get into that next week. But I need you to understand, sugar is not a good energy source. Your body uses two energy sources. That's fats, okay? That's fats and that's carbohydrates. All right? You have to determine what type of carbohydrates you're going to eat. Simple or complex. Once again, next week I'll let you know. But simple or complex. You want to eat a candy bar as sugar? Or do you want to eat an apple as sugar? Okay? Now, both of them are sugar. And both of them will process in the body as a sugar. But one is more nutritious than the other. You understand what I'm saying? A grape is more nutritious than a Twix. On any level. All right? But you've got to understand that. You have to understand that as it pertains to sugars. Okay? Fats. All right? Listen to me when I tell you, fats is a slow burning energy source. Okay? All fats are not bad, guys. All fats are not bad. Swimmers, long distance runners, they eat fats before they go run. Why? Because it allows them to sustain an energy level long term. All right? So I want you to understand, fats are not bad. I mean, not all fats are bad. But you have to make sure that you know what fats you are eating. Okay? Now, let me say this to a lot of people that's over 35, because most folks over 35, you was born in over 35, 40, you were born in the 70s. Listen to what I'm telling you this. Eating the fat off your pork chop and your steak is the worst decision you can make. I don't care how much flavor you think it is. It's horrible for your body. It is horrible. Cooking your food in pork or fat is horrible for your body. Okay? It is. It is. Okay? Now, once again, next week, I'll get into the different types of fat, simple and complex carbs and the type of fat so you guys know what to eat. But I'm just dispelling some myths right now. I'm just dispelling some things right now so that you guys can eat better, so that you guys could do better. All right? That's why I'm talking and saying what I'm saying right now. But you have to understand, we have to quit cooking our food in damaging ways. You can't cook food with fat. It's not healthy. You can't add oil and all these seasonings and all of this. You can say it's natural all you want to, but it creates it blends in with your fats and it creates your body to become more toxic. Okay, I'm trying to tell you, you can't eat pork chops with steak on. I mean, with the fat on it. Steaks with fat on it. I know you say it's the flavor, but it's causing your body more harm. Okay? You can't eat sugar. When is a good time to eat sugar? Somebody just texted me and said, well, when is a good time to eat sugar? The best time to eat sugar, and I'm giving you guys a lot of roundabout information here. The best time to eat sugar is directly after your workout. Why? Because your body is already burning calories. And with sugar being a really fast-acting energy burner or a fast-moving energy source, your body will go ahead and use it as an energy source. But if you have about 90 minutes after you work out for your body to stop, before your body stops burning calories like that. All right, at a high level. Okay, depending on what you're doing after 90 minutes. Now, if you have an active job, that's different. You know, if you're a construction worker or a fitness trainer or stuff like that, it's different. You might could get away with eating a candy bar or eating a little bit of steak with some fat on it, you know, because the more muscle you have, the more fat you'll burn. Okay? So you can get away with it. But if you know you ain't packing that much muscle, if you know you're sitting at about 25% body fat and up, listen, you got some work to do. So listen, guys, I hope this was informative for you guys. I'm getting ready to get out of here. I really pray that it helped you. This is only the introduction, the basic. I'm just handling some questions. That's why I was kind of talking about multiple things. But next week, guys, I'm going to go over the difference in these things. Carbohydrates, fats, what is sucrose, what is fructose, how does it operate in the body. We're going to probably have some charts up here so you guys can see and really dig into the health aspect of this, because you got to understand how important it is to operate in fitness and health after the age of 35. Okay? I'm telling you right now. So listen, guys, I love you guys with the love of the Lord. Remember to uplift Christ wherever you go. Make sure you support this show via Cash App at Dr. Holly Mays. Man, we really, really want you guys to support this show. We're trying to do some great things with this show, but we cannot do it without your help. Also, make sure you are joining us on all our social media sites at Bishop Chronicles Podcast. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we are on YouTube. And once again, listen, you know, I want to leave with a final thought for you guys. My final thought is this. You only get one body. I don't care how much plastic surgery you get. I don't care what you're dealing with. You only get one body. And you got to take care of that body. I'm not saying you're perfect. And obviously, we've all done some things that we're not proud of concerning our body. But you have to understand you only get one body. And there are some things that you have to make sure that you educate yourself in. You can look great because you have good genetics. Okay? You can look great because you got good genetics. But watch this. When you're 60 and 70 years of age, genetics ain't got no, it has nothing to do with it. Now that's when I can start determining what type of childhood or life you had from a physical or anatomical perspective. All right? So listen, if you don't want to get to a point to where, hey, listen, you're having health issues in your 40s, your 50s, and your 60s, and you're having a hard time living life, listen to this podcast and start working out. I'm going to give you guys a lot of nuggets, man. I'm telling you. I'm going to give you the game really, really good. You don't have to go buy nothing. You don't have to, if you need questions, this is the time to ask questions. I'm telling you, I'm certified probably more than 90% of your fitness trainers or your doctor. Trust me, okay? My credentials are off the charts. So I'm giving you this for free. You don't have to pay for nothing. You don't need to sign up nothing. If you have questions, let me know. Let me know. Why? Because guess what? I want you to be healthier. I want, especially African Americans, I want us to be healthier. His Latino Americans, I want everybody to be healthy. But I certainly want my people to be healthy because we are the highest carriers of high blood pressure, diabetes, and high cholesterol. And we say, oh, well, you know what? It's hereditary. That's a lie. That's a trick of the enemy. They want you to think that. Doctors want you to think that to justify them giving you medication. That's a lie. If you have diabetes type 1, it can be cured. If you have high blood pressure, it can be cured. If you have high cholesterol, it can be cured, and not with medication. As long as you're taking medication, you're not fixing a problem, you're maintaining a problem. And if you want to maintain the fact that you're on medication, be my guest. I'm not talking to you. But for those that want to get off medication and those that really want to live a life, you don't know. If you've been on medication for 5 years, you forgot what it is to have your body operate without medication. I want to help you. So join me next week, man. Join me next week. Stay tuned. Invite some people. Share this. I'm telling you, we're still going to be dealing with the importance of fitness and health after 35. Once again, I love you guys with the love of the Lord. Remember to uplift Christ wherever you go. And remember to make the rest of your day the best of your day. God bless you guys. But I've been Baptist, I've been in the Methodist church, all of that.